Hello, welcome to the first mini lectures in Module 6, focusing on phases of conducting community-based language learning programs. In terms of the outline, let's now talk about some first things on the commencement of a community-based language learning programs. And then I will introduce to you the 7 phases of conducting a community-based language learning programs. 1. Get started. Before starting the programs or projects, tap students' prior knowledge by introducing projects with a know, wonder, learn, or KWL activity to establish students' interest and excitement. In the KWL process, students generate everything they know on a topic and also what they wonder. This helps them generate what they want to learn. This is an example of a KWL chart in a language classrooms. So, why do we need KWL chart? For sure, because of all the benefit it offers, which can be summarized in 3 bullets. 1. Have activate background knowledge. 2. Provides an opportunity for students to set their own learning objectives. And 3. Help students to be active thinkers. No. Shake up students' ideas of what they know. Descriptions, event, and role-playing predictions are 2 ways to arouse curiosity and start student thinking about the learning ahead. Teach the fundamental first. Before launching the projects, think about teaching prerequisite knowledge or skill students need in order to work with the degrees of independence in their investigations. Wonder. Set the stage for independent inquiry. When students are aware of what they know and don't know, they can establish a point of departure and a sense of purpose. The KWL activity is an exploration that puts students in touch with their prior knowledge and have them imagine where their learning can go. As students wonder, encourage deeper questioning. Suggest ways to transform factual questions into why, should, how questions that will lead to more complex and interesting investigations. Learn. To promote inquiry and deep learning, guide students as they choose questions, plan investigations, and begin to put their plans into action. Build toward information literacy. Less looking, more thinking. Today's students have access to more information than they can ever possibly use. The validity and utility of what they find varies widely. And 2 of the most important 21st century skills we can teach are the critical processes of efficiently assessing information and evaluating its worth. In implementing a community-based language learning program, normally both teachers and students need to go through these 7 phases. Phase 1. Introducing the driving question. Phase 2. Introducing the culminating challenge. Phase 3. Developing subject matter expertise. Phase 4. Doing the culminating challenge. Phase 5. Debriefing the culminating challenge. Phase 6. Responding to the driving question. And Phase 7. Summative assessment. Phase 1. introducing the driving question. The instructional unit must have a strong driving question, which should be compelling, open-ended, and meaningful. Note that a strong driving question does not aim at the right answer. Actually, there is no right or wrong answer, but to offer an opportunity to ascertain differing levels of prior knowledge and plan appropriately for instructions. Phase 2. Introducing the culminating challenge. What is a culminating challenge? Culminating challenge refers to a veritable assessment or presentation so that students can clearly demonstrate learnings of the subject matter. This can be done via discussion, website developments, election simulation, and so on. In this phase, students are provided with guided choice concerning the options for authentic roles. Phase 3. Developing subject matter expertise. In this phase, students are required to become expert in the subject matter through inquiry method. They are provided with background information, but are also required to explore new concepts. Therefore, individuals and team tasks are created to lead students to success on both the culminating challenge and summative assessment. As students should play authentic role, they have a true need to know more about the concepts and skill. Moreover, students are required to research thoroughly or ask questions related to their projects. Information can be gained by the teachers, publications, various websites, and professionals. Finding answers pave the way for raising new questions and are beneficial for the completion of the projects. Students use inquiry method to explore new concepts, but teachers need to provide enough background information on the new vocabulary and concept that students can figure out how to move forward. Also in this phase, teachers should introduce some simple project management tools, such as a project log or journals, which offer another tool to help students track their progress toward goals. A log can be as simple as a checklist, where students track tasks they have completed. A project journal can also offer a place for reflection. By encouraging your students to write about their own progress toward goal, you gain an insight into where and why they may be struggling or falling behind. This provides just-in-time assessment and open the door for conversations about possible course corrections. With practice, students gain new skills for troubleshooting delays or other setbacks. Make sure students understand how to use the log or journal for these important learning functions and dedicate a few minutes at the end of each work period to written reflections. Phase 4. Doing the culminating challenge. This is a chance for students to demonstrate their new expertise or learning of the concept in a performance assessment to a teacher. Ideally, in this phase, if a subject matter expert or professional is invited, they can give better judgment and guidance to students. Phase 5. Debriefing the culminating challenge. Debriefing or cross-examining enables students to reflect on their projects by writing assessment or general discussions. The opinion of their teachers, their peers, or subject matter expert can also have inauthentic and immediate feedback for successful delivery. Therefore, this phase of reflective practice of debriefing is extremely valuable for students and teachers alike. Phase 6. Responding to the driving question. Asking students to respond to the driving question once again after assessment will make them have a deeper understanding of the new concept. By now, they should have new vocabulary and a deep conceptual understanding of the material covered during the learning process. As students complete this exercise, give back their initial responses to examine the differences between the two answers and better acknowledge the learnings. Phase 7. Assessment. Although project-based learning is normally used as a formative assessment, in the context of Vietnam, a summative assessment is an important way to assess student learning. However, it is noted that teachers should not only measure the end product, but student proficiency on those concepts and skills, as well as their project's building process should also be counted. However, it is suggested that when first introducing the projects or program, teachers share the assessment rubric, discuss the dimensions of performance, the main learning task, and underlying skill, and the scale of value for rating performance on each dimensions. The rubrics is their roadmap toward great achievement. A good rubric shows students what performance looks like through a qualitative description of each rating. And the best rubric even leaves room for unanticipated brilliance. Last but not least, before and after a project, have students complete a self-evaluation that focuses on the learning disposition you expect them to develop during the projects. The act of self-assessment causes students to think about their capabilities and how they direct their own learnings. Throughout the projects, as you ask students to think about their thinking and processes, they will become more aware and articulate about their metacognitive strategies. At the end of the projects, when they reflect on their capabilities again, students will be able to identify specific experiences and activities that have them grow. They will feel a deserved sense of accomplishments and be all the more ready to tackle the next challenging projects. That is the end of the first mini lectures in Module 6. Thank you for watching.